back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Sarah. Today I'm giving you a tour of our emergency food storage. This is something new for us. We did not have it before. Obviously when COVID-19 hit, I regretted that. I waited for a while till stores were stocked up again, put a lot of thought and research into it, and I'm gonna show you what I came up with. We have a storage area in our basement. We're a family of 12, and when food got hard to find, it was a little scary, and I don't want to be in that situation again if I don't have to be. So when food was more available, we stocked up. So I'm going to show you what we came up with in the room that we cleared out to store our food. We so far have 3 months basically worth of storage, and I really wanted to focus on foods that we already eat normally because I don't want things to go bad. I don't want things to sit here and not get used if we never need emergency storage. Hopefully we never need emergency storage. However, it is still hard to find some things. We normally shop once a month, and sometimes when I'm going to shop, I still have not been able to find some things. Other months I can find it. So this storage has already proved very useful. We have 3 months worth right now. We've thought about maybe taking it to 6, but that would mean rearranging some things more. And right now we feel very comfortable with having 3 months worth. Another huge concern of mine is I did not want to store food that is not healthy. We try to eat pretty healthy on a regular basis, and I just don't want things that are canned foods that my kids don't normally like, or boxed dinners that are not as healthy that we feel pressure to eat up because we have them and we didn't need them. So you'll see those things represented, and as we go along I will point out things that we don't normally buy that we did buy because it's easier to store and it's a healthy option, and I'll let you know how we plan to use that stuff up as well. Let's get started. My lighting is not the best, but we will just try our best here. This is actually not 3 months worth of bread. Obviously that you could do if you put it in the freezer. I just don't have a place in my kitchen to store bread, and this is a nice cool dark area. In the summer it doesn't last as long in my kitchen, so when I don't have enough room in my fridge or freezers, I just put it down here on these shelves. It's worked out really nicely, keeps it from molding. So it's not actually part of my emergency storage, but I do use it for food storage. In this box here I have 4 or 5 bags of coconut sugar. We use coconut sugar a lot, and it's nice because at Sam's Club when I bought it online, they sent me a ton at once. So I just put it in there. The bags are well sealed, so they should be fine. This one was just open. I think a child came and got that. They just need to take that up to the kitchen, so I'll do that. And then there's 2 big bags of brown sugar. Figure if we actually need emergency storage, we would be baking a lot of stuff and cooking a lot of stuff, and we normally use that for the baking that the kids do anyway, so it works out. Over here I have some bacon bits, 3 bags. We often go through 2 or 3 bags a month, so obviously we would ration some if we actually were using emergency food storage. But it's nice to have just a little bit of that around. If you had to make a lot of rice and beans, a little bacon bits will help it. These containers I got at Sam's Club. I think I got 2 of them in one deal. This one has pinto beans back here and black beans. I was having trouble even finding pinto beans to fill that to the top, so I'll keep working on that. We have 2 soy sauce bottles. They're huge. Like most of the stuff in here, we use it on a regular basis. When I'm shopping once a month, I actually show you guys the groceries, then I come down here and put it at the back of the pile and take the front one and put it up in my kitchen. So it's an extra step for me for sure, but it ensures that I'm moving through all of this. So this month I bought ketchup. I put the 3 that I bought at the back here, and I took the 3 at the front up to the kitchen because we needed 3 up there. Same with mayonnaise and mustard. So those 3 huge things of mayonnaise, we actually go through about 1 of those a month, so that is just exactly 3 months. Some of the stuff I'm not quite sure. But now here's the big containers down here. I have this one with white basmati rice, and back there I have another one with white basmati rice. So that's the case also with oatmeal. I have oats, and then I have another one back there with oats, and I have a couple extra boxes up top. We do eat a lot of oats. I just picked them up while I could. I'm not sure, I may end up with 3 buckets of it. So my plan with the buckets, this one's white flour, white sugar back there. This one is still empty, and so is this one. I was gonna do brown rice, then I wasn't sure if brown rice would last that long. Then I read that brown rice can usually last 6 months if it's stored well. So I'm on the hunt again for brown rice. One of those will be brown and the other one will probably be more oats. But my plan is when I have at least 2 of them that we're eating out of one and we fill the other one. So that we are rotating it well. If we need white rice, we'll come and eat out of this one and I will make sure that one stays full. And then when this one's empty, I'll move it to the back and do the same thing. A couple months ago, I started to try to store fresh fruit and vegetables as well. And this has been an experiment. I didn't want to do too much until I knew for sure that it would last. So I did not do 3 months worth. I did about 2 months worth. We're coming to the end of the onions. So these have been around for 2 months. And for all my fresh fruits and vegetables, I make a point to come down to this room at least once a week and check them all and make sure they are good. I usually find about 1, sometimes 2 or 3 in each box that are bad, and I try to throw them away. I throw them away right away so they don't infect the bunch. This one is bad. So I'm gonna take this one out. We're eating out of this one. These are some onions someone brought over that they had extra. So I threw those in the back box so they're newer. As this one finishes off, I will fill this box with fresh onions and we will rotate it forward and put the empty one in the back and start filling the back one so that we're always eating out of the front one, but the back one is always full of extra. I just didn't want to have too much in case this didn't work out well, but so far, so good. This is the middle of summer for us. It's the hardest time to keep fruits and vegetables fresh, so I'm sure that if this stuff can last during the summer, we'll be just fine the rest of the year. I'll come over here and show you the rest of my fresh fruits and vegetables and how they're doing. So for each one, I have at least 2 boxes. This is the stuff we're eating out of. I've been taking it up to the kitchen and whenever it gets empty up there and checking it all weekly. And this is the stuff we filled. Like I said, I will fill it a lot more once I'm sure that it's working out for us. Here's our potatoes. This is what we're eating out of. And this is the new stuff that we filled. As you can see, they have some of them have sprouted and some have not. I just pull those off when we eat them. They all look really good in there right now and they are not soft or anything. So I check for softness or just overall obviously bad stuff. But 2 boxes for that, and then at the bottom I have apples. This is the very end of, these are 2 months old and they look really good. I had a bunch that got really soft. They all seem to be from the same bag, so I think I just had a kind of a rotten bag that maybe wasn't very fresh. We're also not in apple season here. Apple season for us is coming up, so I don't know how long these apples have been stored before they got to me, where they even came from. That could be affecting it a lot. These are the new apples we just got that we will eat out of, and these are more potatoes. I actually had a 3rd box for potatoes because I didn't want to add them to here, just because I want to make sure. I may need 3 boxes for everything, just so we're eating out of one and have 2 of storage. I have an extra bag of apples here too. I'm going to throw in that new one. So these plastic old laundry baskets, they are nice and airy. I think they work good, but the cardboard boxes also work great. So those are mostly the fruits and vegetables we're storing. Here's lemons and limes. The limes actually did the worst for me. I had the most of them go bad, so I just filled them up with fresh limes. The lemons did really good. I may not be able to keep limes for 3 months, but I'm pretty sure the lemons will make it. It has been a full 2 months for those fruits and vegetables that I showed you, especially the ones on the right side. Right for you? I think it'd be right for you as well. It's done surprisingly well, especially for the middle of summer, like I said. So I'm going to keep that up because if we actually got in a situation where we couldn't buy a lot, it would be awesome to have fresh fruits and vegetables to eat from, especially if they still taste fresh. I will say about the oranges that they actually tasted much, much better when they had sat there for a long time. So that was interesting. Anyway, it is a great tip for healthy storage. I didn't want to can things myself. And yeah, well, let me just keep showing you what else I have. Okay, we're coming over here to this canned goods section. Let me just start with the easy part. I have 4 of these animal crackers here and 4 of these pretzels. Everything I read said it's good to have some easy snacks, easy treats for kids. If you actually were in an emergency and couldn't get food, you would miss that kind of thing. So in 3 months, actually probably buy 6 of each of those regularly, but 4 of each will suffice. Okay, up here is something I don't regularly buy. These are the food packets, baby food pouches. And I thought this would be a great way to get fruits and vegetables in my youngest 3, my 3-year-old, 2-year-old, and my baby. So far, we've tried a little bit of them, and my baby doesn't like them, but my toddlers really do. And the way we thought we could use them up if we're not needing them is when we go on road trips, which we do often. We can make sure we take a box or two with us because it's a great way to get fruits and vegetables and little kids on the road too. But I will keep a storage there regularly of them because it just ensures we have something. Actually, kids of all ages, even adults, can eat them if they need to. So that's one thing we don't normally buy or eat. We just usually make our own baby food. We actually do a lot of baby-led weaning. That's why my little one doesn't like it. He doesn't like mashed food. He likes to pick things up and put it in his mouth. I think as he grows, he'll like it better. Applesauce. I have a lot of applesauce. We usually go through about 6 a month, and I think I have about 12 here, so it's not quite 3 months worth, but would definitely be a good fruit option for us. I have chicken breast cans, large ones. This is something else we don't normally buy, but I don't want to take up too much room storing a ton of chicken, and chicken's actually been hard to find where we are for the most part. If you find it, you can only buy 1 bag. We go through a lot. So I was figuring this would be like 1 meal. I think I have 8 or 10 of these. So we will just plan to use them once in a while, even though it's not a regular thing. I also have tuna here going all the way back. It's pretty deep shelf. So the hardest part for me that I might have to figure out a solution for is figuring out how to put these, when I buy new ones, putting them way at the back and bringing it forward. That's been a challenge, obviously. I'll figure that out as I go through it. This was an online mistake. These are tiny cans. Thought I was getting the regular ones and wondered why I was getting such a good deal. Now I know we do use a lot of coconut milk, so we'll use those cans up and get regular sized cans as we replace them. And then the crushed tomatoes we cook with a lot, especially when we do rice and bean type things. A lot of Kenyan food we cook. These huge cans go back 4 deep and I have 3 high, so there's 12 of those. We would cook a little different if we couldn't buy food. We would do a lot of rice and beans and soups, and we have a freezer full of beef, so we would make a lot of Kenyan food. So we bought a lot of tomatoes, which we normally eat canned tomatoes. That's the one canned item we eat a lot of around here. This is all tomato sauce, boxes of it going all the way back. Boxes of diced tomatoes going all the way back. There's a little extra here. And behind there I have 1 box of Rotel tomatoes as well. As you can see, someone broke into this. We must not have had enough upstairs. So I think when Judah was making spaghetti last, so we would make spaghetti and all kinds of things out of this. I didn't buy canned spaghetti. We would just use the canned tomatoes we have. And then raisins, I would normally have 1 other box here. I took it upstairs. Oh, there is an extra box back there though, so we have plenty. That's 4 big boxes of raisins. Oh, 5 I think. My kids really love raisins. I have 1 bag of almonds, 1 bag of pistachios, and a thing of cashews just to have nuts and raisins around for snacking and filling people up around here. So that's this side. I think I got it all. Over here we have honey. There are 5 of them back. That's how deep the shelf is. And 4 maple syrups. We definitely eat more than that on a regular month-to-month basis. We would be rationing it if we needed to. So I like the fact that we could eat normally, that we have a storage room full of stuff we normally eat. And so this month the new honey I bought went at the back, and we took the front stuff upstairs. So we are rotating through all of it. Same with the jelly and jam. I have 8 of them there. I was started to label, but didn't get very far. And then the peanut butter, I went another 1 high. We had 10 and now we're going for like 15, I think. Looks like we have 12 right now. Worcestershire sauce, I got this huge one, and then we got a couple bottles, and then I have 1 extra A1 that we had upstairs. But we do use that a lot for cooking our beef, so it's nice to have plenty of that. And then here's another thing we don't normally buy, which is canned fruit. We do eat a lot of fruit, so this would be very helpful if we couldn't buy the fruit we normally eat. I tried to get stuff that was made of 100% juice and didn't have a lot of added sugar. That was hard to find, I will tell you that. And I figured we could have those for dessert here and there. The kids would love that if we had it for dessert, or ate like peaches with cottage cheese. Does anybody do that? I used to work at a retirement center when I was in high school, and everybody there seemed to love peaches with cottage cheese. Pears with cottage cheese, that's even better. I have pears in here too somewhere. I think my mom used to do that when I was a kid. I have 2 boxes of the corn cans. There's probably 12 in each. We just started eating this from a can instead of frozen. It's just a lot cheaper. And then we have 2 big things of salsa here. Teetering on the edge. So I had to buy 1 of these, I think last month, and I put it at the back and took the front one upstairs. So it's been working pretty good, that system. Somebody had a surplus of olive oil and gave us a whole bunch of it. I don't know, people always think of us when they have extra food, and I am so thankful. They think, The Moanias have an army to feed. Yes, we do. Thank you very much. So there's a whole bunch of bottles of olive oil there, which we'll use. And then this oil, we don't normally buy this vegetable type of oil. We use it a lot when my mother-in-law comes to visit. There are 4 coconut oils. We go through about 1 a month, so we have plenty of that. And minced garlic and salt. One thing I probably should get down here is pepper too, but just the basics. This is also something we don't always buy. We do use a lot of it, but we try to make our own chicken broth. And we freeze that when we make it. This is beef broth back there. If we have to make food stretch, soup is a great way to do so. Whoa, I'm gonna drop that. Okay, let me not try to show you. This is all noodles all the time. We eat these boxes of whole wheat noodles for lunch a lot. 2 boxes at a time, feed my kids. And then we make some spaghetti sauce to go with it. And then there's a whole bunch of spaghetti noodles too. These go pretty deep back here. I got a lot. I figure, hey, if I need to fill kids up, that's like the flour and the sugars. Brown flour I haven't been able to find yet. Oh, that's what that other bucket was gonna be, not oats. It was gonna be brown flour. I just really have not been able to get that in bulk yet. So when that becomes available, I'll fill one of those buckets with brown flour. We tend to use brown flour way more than white flour, but white was easier to find and I wanted to make sure we had some. In a true food emergency situation, we're gonna be making all of our bread, that kind of thing. We have a lot of yeast, by the way, in the freezer. We've had that for a long time, and yeast in the freezer lasts a long time. So the flour will go for a long time. I've heard of different ways to save eggs, but I think most of them involve farm fresh eggs that are not washed. So I haven't quite figured out that solution yet. In my freezer, I would really want to store up, I'm not going to show you because I haven't done it much, but I want to store up a lot more frozen vegetables. We eat and love frozen vegetables, so that's a great option for us. We also cook beans often too, dried beans, so we'll use those beans up, no problem. I'd like to get ndangu in here though. That's the green grams that we love. But in the freezer, I will tell you what my plan is. My plan is frozen vegetables, a lot of that, some frozen fruit too. That is expensive to just eat that way, but I will get some for just storage purposes that I rotate through. And then I also want to store up quite a bit of butter. I figure if we're making a lot of bread, butter would help a lot. Or baking all kinds of stuff, butter is very helpful. So we'll store up butter, and then I also want to store up some shredded cheese. Shredded cheese freezes so well. I want to have plenty of that. It would just help us to eat a little more normal. So that's our plan for eating somewhat normal during a pandemic or whatever kind of emergency might arise where we are not able to shop. We normally spend $1,300 a month for our groceries, right around there, usually. Stocking up on all of this costs me close to $1,500. Oh, and there's one other area I'm gonna show you. The last thing I wanna show you quick is our garage storage where we have our household supplies and paper products. We're doing a house renovation project to our garage right now, so I'm not going to turn around and show you the other side. But I will show you the extra things we got here in case we were not able to shop. So I just bought a new thing of paper towels and I will stack that all back there. I only have 1 roll left, and there's some paper plates. That is not emergency storage, but I do have a couple extra dishwasher soaps here and dish soaps. I had some Clorox wipes from before, so we have those out here, and then we have some Kleenex back there and napkins. But I made sure instead of just the one thing of trash bags, we have a couple extra. And here's all our pull-ups. We use pull-ups regularly. Diapers, 3 boxes. Both my kids are in the same size diapers. Actually, this one is empty and I needed more. Wasn't able to find them. Shortage. There's a lot of baby wipes. We do have cloth diapers too, so I'm not too worried about the diapers, but it's nice to have these around. We do both cloth and disposable. And then we have toilet paper down here. Remember, we are a family of 12, so we actually go through about over one, maybe 1.5 a month, maybe not quite 1.5. So this is just about 3 months worth. I wasn't able to find it this month because I was gonna get another bag and open it across the top. So this all is included in the price it cost us to stock up. And we go through about 1 of those boxes of diapers a month with my kids that need them. So the pull-ups are for kids that wet at night only. And yeah, that's the situation. I also made sure to get extra laundry detergent and hand soap. That's it, guys. As a bonus, I just want to show you my pantry. I recently reorganized it and I did something new that is really helping me making shopping much easier month to month, or at least not shopping as much as making my grocery list. So I want to show you that really quick. I did it a while ago. I wanted to make sure it actually worked great before I shared it with you. Sometimes you see ideas that people have and they literally just did it that day or the day before. And I personally love to see if it is working well for people before I try something myself. So I'm gonna show you it because it has been working really well. Here's my pantry. If you've been around here for a while, you've seen it many times. What I did different is I labeled everything. I put a label on every shelf, like ketchup, mustard, that goes deep, that goes deep, Parmesan cheese, that goes deep, jelly, peanut butter, oil, maple syrups, and then even all these single items I keep here, I listed them out here. I have bars back there. I have my chips on there right now. Bacon bits, I labeled everything. Crackers, this is honey. I don't know why that honey is in there, but before, honey was being put back all over the place, and a lot of times it was sticky when it was put back, and so we had sticky spots all over our pantry all the time. Now all the honey goes here, so the only sticky spot that I have to clean is there. There's some extra spices, tea and coffee, and down here I have nuts and snacks, sweeteners, and muffin mix, and this is special ingredients and protein powder. This is all our baking stuff. It's always been like that, and each thing is labeled. White flour, brown flour, white sugar, coconut sugar, brown sugar, salt, baking powder, baking soda, and then we got a big bag of brown rice down there that we're getting close to the end of. 2 things of coconut oil. The top one is open that we're using. We have our snacks here, our applesauce, and our extra flours and things like that. And these are some specialty flours in there. This shelf I think I missed. It has our different cans, soups, coconut milk, regular size cans, tuna, and then this is mostly tomatoes and tortillas. What has helped so much is that when you have a lot of children and they're all putting things away for you, which is so wonderful, they all put it back to the spot that is labeled. And so when I go to grocery shop, I don't have to look all over the place. I normally had certain spots that I kept things, but nobody seemed to get the message and put it back in the same spot. This has been life-changing. Everybody's putting things back where they go. I wish I could figure out a way to do it in my fridge. Just, we have such big bottles of things because we're a large family that it takes up a ton of space in our fridge, and I haven't quite figured out how to do it. But the labels have made such a huge difference for us, just because so many people using one space, it all gets put back in the same space, and you can easily tell when you make your list what you're missing, and you don't have to guess. I love it. This pantry here that I just showed you holds a month worth of food at least. So really we do have 4 months of food unless we're at the very end of the month. That's it, guys. I hope this was helpful to you in some way. I hope it made sense to more than just my brain. If you guys have a way that you store food that you think other people could benefit from, I encourage you to leave it down in the comments down below. And if you're looking for more ideas, maybe check down there, because there are a lot of smart people, a lot of homesteading people that watch this channel, and I always appreciate your guys' advice. And I know other people will benefit from it too. My kitchen's kind of a mess. I just had a bunch of children in here cleaning and, cooking, not cleaning, cooking and baking, which is awesome. I'm gonna go work on that though. And I will talk to you guys later. Thank you for watching today. Bye.